I'll just finish off the talk about question number 7. And the question, we are again looking for the interval of convergence for this Taylor series. And the question is, how far to the left can x go? So we know that if x is negative, we're going to have some sort of an alternating series. And what we had mentioned is that it appears that what has to happen is that each successive term has got to be smaller than the one that we had before. So here's what I would do. If we were going to write this out, right, if we were just going to leave the x there, we end up getting x over 18. 1/3, right. So 1/3 minus x over 18. And then we ended up with plus 1 over 81 x squared minus 1 over 324 x to the third. Okay, so the thing is, what we need is for x to the 18th to be less than 1/3. So in other words, x over 18, has got to be less than 1/3. Or what I would say is, since x is going to be a negative number, let's just do this, and we'll worry about the positive or negative later. Well, this turns out that x has got to be, in this case, greater than 6. What I mean is x has got to be less than 6. And so what I am thinking is that when x is negative 6, right? We know that we're going in the negative direction. When x is negative 6, I'm thinking about that as being a place where this function is going to converge. So let's just plug that in and see what happens. So if we're looking for the sum of negative 6 to the n minus 1, n times 3 to the n, and it goes from 1 to infinity, and we plug this in, we know we're going to have 1/3, and then we're going to have minus 6, and we're going to have 2 times 3 to the second. Well, this really just gives us 1/3 minus, and this gives us 1/3. So suddenly, this is going to stop having shrinking terms. So I know that my left-hand endpoint for this interval of convergence is going to be negative 6. It just can't go there. That's when this stops being smaller than the one that came before. So our interval of convergence for this, we found the left-hand endpoint is negative 6, and we discovered earlier that the right-hand endpoint was, if I remember correctly, what did we get? 3? 3. So there's our interval of convergence for that very tricky series.